Hi, it's Nelson Ryan with Southern Lights, and we're featuring our boat light. This is our installation video. When you get your Southern Light, it's going to come in the box. It'll be swiveled down. The first thing you want to do is take it out of the box. Remove your stainless steel hardware, washers, and nylon locks. You want to swivel it up and slide it all the way out. Tighten it down. You want to get it on the front of your boat. This boat's obviously a pointed nose. Then you want to get your measuring tape. What you want to do is you can measure from your nose to the start of your right side of your bracket, and then to the left. Make sure your measurements are the same. And then once you get that, you want to get back and take a look at it and see if that looks straight. Some boats aren't designed perfectly square. So what you want to do is put that down, take plenty of time, make sure it's right. It doesn't have to be exact. The beams, spot beams and flood beams, you have plenty of them that it's going to shine where you need it to. Once you get that measurements correct, you want to get you a Sharpie or even a small pencil or any kind of marking tool, and you're going to swivel the light down, let it free swivel, leave them loose. And on these front ones, you can take a Sharpie, make sure you got it exactly where you want it. Take the Sharpie, mark your holes. And for the back ones, they're a little bit tougher. You can take a scratch tool, like I said, a pencil, any kind of small thing. Put a pencil on some pliers, or you can take it on your finger and mark those back holes. There's 2 back holes and 2 front holes. And then you're ready to drill. When you get through lining everything up and marking your holes, next thing you want to do is check your wiring. The wiring comes out right here on the angle cut on the bottom. That way when you drill a hole directly below it, there's very minimum wire that's exposed for anything to get caught on by a limb or anything going through the woods. So make sure your wiring's not going to hit anything when you drill that hole, a bracket or something underneath or behind it. And once you've checked all that, you're ready to start. Once you get all your holes marked, you want to take your housing, move it out of the way, double check underneath, make sure you're not going to drill into anything you don't need to, any wires, all your wires are out of the way. You'll need a 3/8 inch bit, aluminum metal, not a wood bit obviously. And you want to drill your front holes first. Some boats are double-plated aluminum. Some have a big thick piece of plywood up under them, but you're liable to hit, different thicknesses of different types of material. Once you get everything drilled out and everything looks good, clean off your deck before you mount it. Get your supplied stainless steel carriage bolts that come with it. Get them all pushed through. Then you want to take it and set it down. Make sure your wire's not up under it. You want to take your light and set it down in your holes, just like that. Once you get that down, take a little time, make sure it's straight. Once you get everything down flush with your deck, you might have to tap your carriage bolts a little bit to get them all the way in. But one thing you want to check before you bolt this down, make sure you got your wire in your hole, so you can pull it through. Sometimes it can be tight depending on where you drilled it, getting your wire down through the hole. But once you do that, get all your carriage bolts down. Next, you need to get your supplied stainless steel nylon lock nut and fender washers. Using fender washers to make a stronger attachment to your boat. Take your fender washer and your nut, reach up in here and thread it on all four. Once you get through with that, you want to take, if you have access, take your socket wrench, or you can get a socketing adjustable wrench. I like this one. It seems to work a little bit better in tighter places. But you can reach up in there and tighten it down. If you're having problems like I did on this particular boat, being able to hold your fender washer and your nut and thread it on up underneath your front bow. Little trick I've learned, you can take some super glue, glue your nut onto your washer, and makes it very easy. Won't come off. You can reach under there with one hand and thread it on. One thing is a must on this application. You have to put these fender washers on, or a washer. Once you get all your nuts tightened down, we'll slide your wire in. Make sure it gets all the way in. Pull it through. Guide it down so it doesn't kink. Just like that. Once you get your wire pulled through, you'll have a black, red, and blue. Your red and your blue are your two beams, your spot beam and your flood beam. Your black is your negative. So the red and the blue are your positives, and the black is your negative. If you want to wire them up separately, you can. The red is your spot, the blue is your flood. If you got a supplied wiring harness, it'll come with a relay like this. Not necessary for this particular light. You want to take your red and your black off your relay, positive and your negative, and wire them straight into your light. You can use butt crimps, are the best thing to use. Crimp it down. If you don't have a separate supplied wiring for the light, what you can do is you can undo your typical navigational plug that's supplied on most boats. Once you undo that, you can pull it up. You can pull it all the way as far out as you can. Cut these two wires. If it's black and white, black's going to be your negative, white will be your positive. You can thread your other wire up through this hole. Once it's threaded through, you can cut the two wires, your red and your blue being your hots or positives. Cut those, attach them to the white with butt connectors or a splice, and take your black to black. Once that connection's done, you can take this, once it's all connected, put it back in there, screw it back down, now the light will operate off your existing navigational switch that's pre-mounted on from the factory with your boat. Flick your navigational switch on and the light will come on. This light is a very extremely low amp draw. Some boats come with pre-wired for trolling motors in the front. They'll have a trolling motor plug similar to this. What you can do is once you have your wiring ran down behind your light, you can locate this trolling motor wire right here. What you can do is you can cut this wire, red being your positive, black being your negative. Hook the red and the blue wires from your light to the positive, red. Hook the black wire from your light to the black negative for your trolling motor wiring harness. Once those two are connected, then you can use your connection in the rear on your battery and use that to control the on-off of your light. Once you get everything tightened down, next thing you want to do is got to protect the film on the lens. You want to pull it off. After you get through mounting your light and wiring it together, you want to make sure that the light isn't moving Next thing you want to do is check the wiring. Now that everything's good with that, you want to swivel it down back in the housing to protect it while trailering from being sandblasted by debris on the road. Remember, Southern Lite's boat light, made of all steel housing, wrinkle-free powder coating, 50,000 hour bulb life, dual beam technology, Cree LEDs, 12,000 theoretical lumens. You need to go out and get yourself one. Take a look at us on our website. Call me if you have any questions. I'm Nelson Ryan with Southern Lite. Thank you.